So, Joel, I do want to turn specifically to the work of breaking the silence. As you mentioned there, of course, you use testimonies from Israeli soldiers themselves who have served in the occupied territories to try and bring attention to the occupation. Now, based on the information that Breaking the Silence has gathered since October 7th of 2023, how have the Israeli military's methods evolved in this war compared to others? And what have some of the biggest revelations of this war been thus far?
Well, I think a lot of what we're seeing during this war, which I don't really think that war is the appropriate term to use anymore, because it's so one-sided at this point for sure. But I think a lot of the strategy and the tactics are in ways a continuation of things that we've saw before over many years, many rounds of these military operations, going back a couple of decades already, except that now just everything is in totally new dimensions. You know, once the 7th of October happened and the atrocities that we suffered, that was kind of like an unmasking moment for many Israelis and definitely decision makers here in Israel, and allowed everything to kind of go on steroids. You know, we've seen, for example, the use of Palestinians as human shields. That's one of the things that we were part of exposing. People who were taken from the humanitarian corridor often, and then forced to go into potentially booby-trapped homes and tunnels in order to be the ones who blow up instead of the soldiers. So that's the kind of thing that we haven't seen since the Second Intifada, and it was disallowed by the Israeli Supreme Court, and now it's become kind of a regular occurrence during the course of these last 21 months. We've seen incredible abuse of Palestinian detainees in places like State Eman, which is a detention center here in Israel. We saw wholesale destruction of entire areas, which, I mean, everyone who's paying attention can see the images, but there's something particularly powerful about hearing the soldiers' testimonies about this kind of thing that really shows how systematic it was and how much this was really an order from the very, very beginning of the war to create entire spaces of the Gaza Strip where Palestinians wouldn't be able to come back to at the end.